So one, black people don't even know that. If you go to somebody that's 65 right now and ask them, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, money is backed by gold, right? They probably still tell you yes. I ain't even learned that shit until 2020, bro. Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Great Deliberators. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Liberator Rose.
It's your boy DK, back at it again from snowboarding. You know what I'm saying?
My boy is hyped because he figured out his snowboard. But before we get into that, one time for our boy O-Beam, you know what I'm saying? We still got the prayers up, still got the positive energy. Make sure y'all put that out there.
Say your name, make your name ring.
Yeah, we're going to get my boy back, man. Shout out to you, big dog.
He might be coming back in about 2 weeks, by the way. Maybe,
look
possibly.
At God. Hey, put it out there. We need the energy.
Possibly.
We need the energy.
Yeah.
Please bring that shit, okay? Because we need our boy back. With that being said, though, man, how was Colorado?
I went to Reno, Nevada.
Oh, Reno, Nevada. Okay.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, black people do not be on the mountains. That's not us.
It's different territory.
Dog, I was out there and I felt like I could have been hung at any time. Respectfully to my European, I was about to call brothers, but y'all not. But to my European people out there,
ain't enough melanin out there. What you saying?
Dog, there was not. There was not. No. I was actually happy at first because I was so covered. I had the, what I'm saying? I had the shiesty mask, which is a ski mask. It's just how niggas, we changed things. So I had the shiesty mask, the helmet, the goggles, the gloves. So you couldn't see my skin. But I feel like any time that like I took off the mask a little bit, or took off the helmet, people were just like,
"Who this?
Is that a black guy
on a mountain?
On
snowboard?
What?
Where they do that at?"
Yeah. I think the whole time outside of the two dudes that I was with, I think I saw maybe four black people, 2 women, two brothers that was out there. Okay. But yeah, man, it was, I'm pretty sure I got a concussion.
Damn.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it is not something to play with getting on that ice.
You bombed that bad?
Bro, for about the first 2 hours, it was just me standing up and falling.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? But just like when you was a kid and you like jump into the deep end of a pool, you eventually learn how to float. I'm not gonna say I'm official, like I can snowboard for real, but I can tell you that I can hold my own at least. I can stay on the snowboard and go down a slope, you know what I'm saying, avoid some people, this, that, and the third. I'm officially gonna go buy my own like gear and probably snowboard by the end of the year.
What?
And yeah, deadass, bro. It was one thing I'll tell you, and I you know this, I love nature.
Yeah.
I love nature. I love hiking, but I never thought that I would be one to be like, oh, I want to snowboard. Yeah. It was really like that.
Snowboarding a bit wild, and don't get me wrong though, like I do fucks with like nature as well. Snowboard might be a little bit out of my range though, just because like I'm naturally risk adverse.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you get on the mountain, don't get on the snowboard. You need to get on the skis. Yeah, get on the skis. I haven't skied or anything, but I can just tell you generally, bro, them niggas is like ants. There was skiers everywhere. Dang. Everywhere. They was at least beating us 15-1.
Woo.
15-1.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's obviously the older people, everybody from regardless of age.
So it's probably got to be easy.
It's got to be easy.
It's got to be easy, okay.
And then one thing, if you fall, your skis will like automatically break off of your foot. The snowboard, you're like strapped to the
locked into that thing?
To the snowboard. I thought I was going to break my ankle.
Dang.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. All right, look, you ain't got to tell me. You know what I'm saying? You can tell me not to go snowboarding. I'm already with it, but I do want to go to the Alps, you know what I'm saying, and see what that's about. Where's the Alps? Is it in Colorado? Or is the Alps
man, stop asking me, geographical questions.
Look, I just like
look
to be
stupid in front of these people, man.
I already look stupid. I don't know. I'm just trying to be factually correct here.
I go snowboard one time. I know all the mountains at. That's wild. That's wild.
All right, man. Well, let's get into it, y'all. If you enjoyed the entire episode last week, man, you know that this week, last week we made a big announcement.
Let me get on. I'm getting on the Cash App right now, man.
Get to that. Pull it up. All right.
I'm getting on there.
For those of you who only make it this far, last week at the very end of the episode, we decided to announce that whoever made it that far, if you subscribed, drop that Cash App, we would Cash App you $100 in celebration of us finally reaching 100 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And our benefactor over here, Mr. Money himself, aka Big Dog, aka Mr. Benjamin, he gonna go ahead and drop that one time for us. All right, so what we got is we got a randomizer app thing. I just found out about it. He told me about it. I ain't even know nothing about this, right? All right, so our 4 people up because we have 4 comments. Shout out to y'all. It was James N. Cross, Willa25, Baby Love, and J Daily 05. Shout out to all y'all because I actually know all of y'all. So that's what's up. With that being said, let's go ahead and let's spin this wheel. See who it is. All right, we got DK looking in for a good measure. Here we go. Oh, y'all can hear that too. Who's our winner? Oh!
Oh! You got it. Can you show that? You can't show it.
James Daly. I can't.
Damn.
James Daly, y'all winner, baby.
All right. Well, since I know you, James, I ain't gonna cash app you because that's gonna do too much. So I'm just gonna Zelle you your bread and I'm gonna post it on here.
Dang, boy, even saving that boy money, man. You said, nah, I'm going ahead and Zelle you this app. All right, shout out to you, Mr. Daly, man. Appreciate you.
You know what?
I'm
gonna go ahead and cash app you 101. What's his cash app? What's his
J
cash
Daily
app?
05.
J Daily 05.
All right, man. Shout out to you, big dog. All right. And shout out to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all the love, man. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you turn on those notifications so you get all these updates.
Right. Y'all see it? Can you see it on the camera?
Kinda. I might be able to zoom in later.
All right. James,
yeah,
you
it
paid.
is.
I gave you 101, man. That's the best I could do.
He's a man of his word. Best he could do. Best he could do.
Hey, this man tried to get me to pay y'all $250.
Yeah, I ain't here last time.
Bro, this dude said, hey, so you got to pay the $250 today. I was like, for what? Yeah, you say he's gonna pay $250. We had to run it back to go watch it again. I was
I had to rewatch it, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. If I did say $250, one thing I will do is recant. I will recant that statement immediately.
Hit this man up in court. You know what I'm saying? False advertising.
Yeah, you'll spend as much money, you know what I'm saying, trying to put me in court than you would getting that money back.
That's cool. You cover my legal fees too.
Yeah. All right. All right, man. Let's get to the pod though. But hey, for real though, everybody that participated, we appreciate you for real, man.
Appreciate
we do this.
You.
We don't make any money off of this.
Not yet, at least.
To be honest, I just worked a 13-hour shift, came down. I got scrubs under this hoodie right now, and we're recording for you guys. So we appreciate the love. We appreciate the comments, you know what I'm saying, subscribing, liking the videos, giving us all that kind of love. So this is just a token of our appreciation to you guys. I wish everybody could be a winner. But hey, we'll do this again. Hopefully we get to 200 soon.
Yep.
And hey, be the first ones.
It does not go unnoticed, man. We definitely appreciate it. With that being said, though, you brought up an interesting point here. So I do want to address the comment that we got here a while back.
Don't do it. Which comment?
Wait, man. It's the dude that talked about our cat episode.
What did he say?
I'm about to read it.
Okay.
Okay. This is Ramon Hernandez, 2095. I don't know when you were born or what 2095 means. Is that like your expiration date or something? But hopefully, you know what I'm saying? That would be wild though. But okay.
That would be pretty wild.
With that being said though, he put cat exposes thieves. I paid to see Kings of Comedy. Now I feel like my money was wasted on the wrong comedians. Although Bernie Mac seeing him was priceless. I disappointed you guys just defended these criminals, but somehow make Cat the bad guy when everyone went on Shannon's show and brought Cat Williams up. No one ever said anything. He defends himself. Now he's the bad guy. Very disappointed. It was a lot with like no punctuations or anything. So, but
we made Cat look to be the bad guy.
That's crazy, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if anything, I was defending this dude.
I feel like you watched like the first like opening, like little cut from the pod, and then like just decided to comment. Because with that being said, I will say this: it's not that, but like I'm skeptical by nature, right? So anyone who, just to address your comment, anyone that comes on and makes a shit ton of lofty claims, I'm gonna question it. Like no matter what, like that's what I do as a person in the media. I can say that because I'm on YouTube. We
are in the media.
Yeah, as a person in the media, I'm always be skeptical of what someone says. Like no matter what, right? Like I hear you, you know what I'm saying, but that don't mean that I necessarily believe you. Now, what he said, I'm sure 90% of it was true, but you sometimes got to cipher through some shit to raise some questions because again, we brought up a very interesting point. This man said that.
He read a 4.3, he read 3,000 books.
I mean, come on now. We ain't talking about that. We know he was embellishing that. But this man said that Harvey Weinstein tried to pull up on him, you know what I'm saying, for some sexual activity. And he still decided to do that man's movie. That don't really sound like the same guy who was sitting there saying that he be standing on business whenever he needs to.
See, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought about this after the fact. You know, there's some weirdos out there.
For sure.
I'm gonna be honest. There's some weirdos out there, and I'm trying to think to myself, like, how do we? For me, you know what I'm saying? There's no way that if somebody ever did something like that for me to get a job, I would just have to dip and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking at Cat Williams and I'm kind of like, man, if this is the way to get into the door and he says no, but the opportunity still presents itself, do you say no to that? Do you decide that I'm not going to take this gig that could put food on my kid's table or this, that, and the third, but I'm still standing on business as the man who I woke up this morning to be? So I can't, I'm not going to knock him for that. Is it a little awkward? Yes. But it sounds like this is a very common thing. Most comedians that have come out and brought it up, from Dave Chappelle and things of that nature, that have brought it up. Like Dave Chappelle was told to put on a dress during the movie that he did with Martin Lawrence. What was it called? Where they were like robbers or something like that. They were trying to rob that diner.
Blue Street?
Blue Street. He did that little car. Yeah. So, but he still did the movie. Am I gonna knock him for, hey man, they try to put you in a dress and you still did the movie? Like, nah. You know, so and you don't know at which point Harvey Weinstein, you know what I'm saying? I don't look. I'm just gonna say this.
I'm just questioning it. That's all I'm saying.
And it's a very valid question.
That's all I'm saying.
It's a very valid question.
I just merely question some of the claims that he was making. That's all I'm saying.
But at the end of the day, you know, Cat Williams, that he said a lot of things, and I believe a lot of things that he said. Could he have exaggerated? Could he have lied about a few things? Maybe, for sure. We all do. But at the end of the day, to talk about what you said about you watched Kings of Comedy, you feel like you wasted your money. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you were there to go watch that Kings of Comedy. But let's say that you were there to watch the Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
Bro, you laughed. You enjoyed yourself. Even if those jokes were stolen, so what? You know what I'm saying? Now all that is all tainted and this, that, and the third. Nah, man. The Cat Williams joke was not as good as the way that Cedric the Entertainer did it.
But also,
I think that's all we kind of said at that point. Did he steal it? Yes.
But to clarify, I also feel like, to further clarify, I feel like he changed enough of it to where he kind of made it his own.
No. I still think that Cedric. I still think that Cedric was wrong for that. I know,
but I'm not saying that. But again,
it's still plagiarism.
Where Cedric is wrong.
It's still plagiarism.
Hold on, wait. Where Cedric was wrong was Cedric did not acknowledge where he got the inspiration for the joke from.
I agree.
You get what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like, he didn't steal his joke bar for bar, dog. Like, he put his own spin on it and made it his joke. So I'm saying, like, is to me is not exactly the same as all like somebody else having, because I'll try to explain this. If you write a book, just like the lady from Terminator, they stole her idea and like she was never able to profit off of that. So she had to go sue them to get that money.
Yeah.
In the comedy world of when this shit was going on, Cedric wasn't slowing down Cat's money, bro. Like, he wasn't keeping him from being able to go out and perform. Yeah. So I'm saying, like, when it's the totality of the what
But I am gonna say this: the fact that Cedric took that joke, that is a joke that Cat Williams, after it was shown on Kings of Comedy, Cat Williams can't do that joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't do that joke. So you did, but in a way.
He don't do the same joke anyway.
Comedians always do the same joke. I've seen Dave Chappelle 3 different times, and he's done like a similar joke in a different way almost every time that I've seen him, and it's always funny.
Okay.
Look, at the end of the day, man, I think you know, this is all old news. It's all old business, and it was cool to resurface and discuss these things and trying to shed light on what is going on behind the scenes of the comedic world, because I think the reality is none of us thought that the comedic world had issues or like people was beefing like this. Yeah. Or maybe people who follow comedians like that, but I don't. So to see Cat Williams get on the show and like, you know, just, you know, divulge all this information and what's going on behind the scenes, it was interesting to me to know that Steve Harvey legitimately called Ocean's 13 to try to get what's his name job, Bernie Mac's job. That's wild. Like that's fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? And I will say that till today. If
that part is.
If you went and got a job somewhere and I found out like, damn, I could do better. I could do better than Raph. Let me call his boss and see if they'll hire me instead. That's foul. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, that part is because again, like now you fucking somebody's, now you trying to touch somebody's paper.
Yeah.
Like now you trying to remove that from the equation of that person's well-being. Like I'm saying, just so that way everyone can have full clarification here. If that person does happen to watch us again, is this is it, man. The reality is Cat told the truth about a lot of stuff. But if you come in here and you gonna watch this, I'm gonna always be the person that's gonna ask questions. I'm gonna always think outside of like what everybody else is running with, and I'm gonna say, well, hold on, wait, ain't nobody thought about this angle here. And like that's just me to the fault. Like
and one thing we're not talking about is like, look, man, this is a get a type of world that we live in.
Yeah.
If somebody sees something good, what Bernie Mac said was very truthful. If you do a good joke, you got to understand that somebody's probably going to steal it. If you're on a basketball court, you see somebody do a particular move, somebody's probably going to try to steal that move to, and refine it on their own. So, I mean, look, in the line of work that I do, I have my old boss who I used to work for just messaged my client on New Year's and literally made it a joke, but every joke has some, truth to it. Yeah. Made it a joke that, if Dexter, messes up, let me know and I can whip it back into shape. Yeah. She's trying to get my client. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I understand it's business.
It's a dog eat dog world.
This is business. But also understand if I get an opportunity to get somebody else's client, I will do it. Yeah. And guess what I will do? And when we get to 200, I will throw $200 to somebody. But this is life. Like this is business. If you don't want that kind of world, then you in the wrong country. Which, tell you the truth, I'm glad that we talked about that because we're going to discuss some politics today. And that was a great transition.
It's going to be a heavy politic episode.
It's going to be a political episode. So if you don't want to listen to politics, please like, comment, and subscribe, and just mute the phone or the TV. Let the algorithm. Yeah, let the algorithm at least see that you watch the whole video.
Yeah, still like the video, but you can buy it at this point.
You can buy it, but let it play. Let it play now. Yeah.
All right. So let's discuss. So right now, as of today, Trump just won the New Hampshire primary. Last week he won the Iowa caucus or whatever. And so unless we get the greatest plot twist of all time, it seems like Donald Trump is going to be the Republican nominee for the president of the United States. Hey man, turn that shit off. Turn that off. Right. It's looking like Donald Trump is going to be that dude. With that being said, though, let's run down this list here real quick of all the people who started.
Why are we
running
doing
against
this?
Trump.
Why are we doing this?
Look, maybe people don't know, man.
It don't even matter. I
don't know, man. It's some hitters in here.
We only got 2 or 3 people that we really need to talk about. Everybody else,
it's some hitters in here.
3 people. We could talk about the black dude.
Tim Scott.
Yeah, we could talk about him.
Tim Scott was the first one to suspend, that I remember, to suspend his campaign.
He's a fucking nut.
He eventually realized that, like, the people that vote for Trump don't think he's fit to be president.
Yeah, but he will probably get vice president, though.
It'll be a good play, I guess.
What you mean it'd be a good play, you guess? You know what they're going to do. Donald Trump has an issue with black votes. They're going to put the black dude up there with the white teeth, and they're going to put him on the ticket. And guess what? That shit gonna work.
With the white I mean, I feel like
that shit gonna work.
I don't feel like Donald Trump could nominate Big Bird as his vice president, and he'd probably win. If Joe Biden is not is
do we have a vice? Is Kamala Harris alive?
She might be.
Is she here still?
She might be, but the vice president never does anything, bro. You can't hold that against her.
But I don't know, man. She ain't doing shit.
The vice president
she ain't doing nothing. She's not in the news for nothing.
I'm about to say she's on the floor of the Senate every morning, bro. Okay?
Yeah, but she's not in the news. But I'm saying, like, you need to come on now. Like, it's time to vote. Like, we need.
I hear you.
We need something.
Listen,
like,
man.
Breaking news. Kamala Harris said something.
Listen, man. Joe Biden's polling so bad, it doesn't matter.
At least you got Nikki Haley saying outlandish things.
His only shot is to pull like a Trump and like drop like a stimulus, like literally in October.
Oh, he trying to do that.
That's it.
He trying to do that.
That's it.
And we gonna get to that.
But hold on.
He's trying.
Hold on, man. Let me run through this.
But it ain't gonna work.
So Vivek Ramaswamy. I hope I'm not saying it wrong because it's an A in there. Asa Hutchinson.
Fatality.
Ron DeSantis.
Fatality.
Chris Christie was probably like for America was probably the closest hope we had to like getting like somebody in there who probably still could have like, he had enough juice still with enough Republicans to be like a nominee that people really fucked with.
Yeah, but he was on Donald Trump like He was on Donald Trump.
But I'm saying
too much.
People tried to discredit the MAGA train. The MAGA or MAGA?
MAGA.
I'm gonna call it MAGA. It sounds close to maggot. MAGA
it
train.
Sounds racist coming out my mouth, but yeah.
Yeah, close to the MAGA train. So can I say maggot? I ain't gonna disrespect them like that.
I don't think you should do that, bro. They for real. Nope. I live here.
Okay,
So,
all right.
so-
All right. Okay, all right. Doug Berman, Francis Suarez, Mike Pence, and then Will Hurd. All
Mike
the
Pence
people,
ran.
huh?
Mike
Yeah,
Pence ran.
yeah.
I
You
didn't
know
even
that?
know that.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I seen
You
a
know
couple of-
damn well
I
you
seen a-
wasn't gonna win. I
I
don't
seen a
even know
couple
why
of
you even tried.
Wild, right?
I don't know why you even tried.
Yo, hey, that
We know who you is.
that
We know what you was about.
that pride is a motherfucker.
We know. Hey, he about that pride.
Pride is a motherfucker.
He about that
dog,
pride.
Because
Yeah, he about that
Jesus.
pride.
Look, man, here's the thing. Okay, before we get into it, right? The political spectrum of the United States is so far fluctuated from where we thought it was when we were growing up, right? And who knows if it was ever really there. But I did some research, right, to start looking up certain things, right? Because as I was growing up, politics wasn't really like a big thing in my house, right? Like I grew up in the South,
Yeah.
African American, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, is you vote Democrat and then that's it, right? As you get older, you start reading, studying, hearing things, and it's all like, yo, I mean, these Republican, these conservative talking points as far as monetary policies, these shits kind of make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like now we into this full-on blown culture war, and now it's like, even if I like want to agree with some of Republicans saying, like they intentionally have these talking points that like just make me not want to vote for them. You
You're
know what I'm
100%
saying?
correct.
So it's like I looked up, you know what I'm saying? Cause I was all like, yo, and this is my problem, right? Like I don't know when the last time you can even say that like any president was like, or any government body was like fiscally responsible, right? Like for years now, we just been printing and blowing money, no matter where it's going. You could say, you know, what I'm
Actually,
saying?
under Obama, we did very good.
Huh?
And I'm not saying that because I voted for Obama. It's because some of y'all probably gonna think, oh, he Republican through and through.
I mean, facts are facts, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in which case, but I'm saying in terms of the national debt, though, that didn't go so well. Like if you want to say the economy did
But
better,
it never really will.
and so that's the problem, right? And so in which case,
Unless we go to a major war. And that's what people need to realize. Like, if y'all want to make money, you know what I'm saying, especially as America, we are consumers.
even in a war, I can't see.
What do you mean you can't see it? Bro, we produce weapons and we'll sell it to other countries. That's how we make billions and trillions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's building weapons like America, even China.
All right, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where if y'all really, you know, see, people need to realize this about politics. You know, all this surface stuff that we discuss, like these social issues, all that stuff is cute. It's real cute.
Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with like
It's
how,
real
how you
cute.
living your life.
But if y'all really want to like get to the crux of this, there's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes that I don't think y'all really want to have a conversation about. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's not that people aren't really wanting to have a conversation about it. Here's the issue that you have as an everyday person who may be into politics, but then you're a person who's into politics and you read, you study, and you're trying to talk to someone who just is like an everyday person. They're only concerned from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep and what's directly in front of them. Matter of fact, that's people in general, right? Like the reason why it's so hard for people to save for retirement is because it's so far out.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's
The
like,
reason-
you know, people.
saving in general, like that is you want people can't see past the moment.
Yeah.
And so like you're trying to have conversations with people about like, yo, in the future, this is the cause of what's happening right now. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? That's why like Nikki Haley, who is pretty much the only person still running against Trump, is still trying to, but that's just her
I
trying
think she's fighting at this point to try to become the vice president.
I don't know if it's that, but I think she's setting up for the next run. You know what I'm saying? Like you take your L now, but you make your name known. So that way,
I'm gonna be
when
honest.
Donald Trump is gone.
You're 100% right, and I like that. I do like what you
you're the
just
face of
said, and I didn't even think about that. But I think that Nikki Haley, man, she's smart because I watched her concession today because she had lost in New Hampshire. So I was watching it today while I was at my client's house, which, by the way, my clients, a lot of them are Republicans. So
Of course.
she had her concession speech today, and she was saying that, you know, that she voted for Donald Trump twice. She was in Donald Trump's cabinet, and she supports a lot of things that Donald Trump has to say, a lot of things that Donald Trump has on his agenda. but what she does not want to support is something that is divisive, this, that, and the third. So you can tell what she's doing in between the lines, which is pretty much obviously not even between the lines, but it's obvious, is that she's aligning herself with Donald Trump's, people and the movement that he has behind him. But she wants to be seen as like the non-divisive Donald Trump. Like, okay, guess what? Anything that you like about Donald Trump, you can get with me. But you're not going to get the person that is just, going into shouting matches or saying,
tweeting at 2 o'clock in the morning,
egregious things at any point in time, or like meeting with, leaders that you shouldn't be meeting with, going to North Korea. She's going to still give you the model, American presidential political individual, the figure that you want to see without all the other, distractions. Which is very smart, which is when you said that, now I'm kind of like, damn, she really could be setting herself up for,
that's
for the next 4 years. And she's young enough to do it.
Yeah, that's clear.
You know what I'm saying?
Because she has no shot.
But see, here's the thing though. If Nikki Haley didn't say things like racism in America never existed, I might be able to start listening to what you got to say. But at the point that you say that, I got to stop listening.
And that's
at least Donald Trump will get on there and say there's, there's bad people on both sides. Now, guess what? I could be pissed, but guess who's also upset? Those radical, Europeans who are talking about whatever, because they feel like, man, Donald Trump is saying that there's bad people on our side. He's not with us. You know what I'm saying? So he's really trying his best to play both sides and keep as many people, in the common group. Now, I am not defending that comment. If you know me, gave verbal lashes to Donald Trump for years. But I just think we're at a point now where I'm done with like the pop and circumstances and what I'm seeing on TV and what's even coming out of these people's mouths, to be honest with you. Like, I'm done with all that. I need to know, like, what is now going to benefit me? Because I'm done voting for what I think is just the common good. Scratch that. The common good for me at this point is fiscally, how can I keep my money?
Okay.
What taxes am I going to pay? And what credits can you give me that will allow me to like pursue greatness going forward? And I look at, President Biden, and when you brought up, that he just at this point, the only way he's going to win is be able to give out checks or give out money to people. He's trying to do that in the name of forgiving student loans. Now, I'm not going to lie, that to me it is egregious for you to do something like that. Why not make your agenda on fixing the problem that comes with student loans? We are getting 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds who don't have any kind of financial education realistically as an adult, and we're locking them into $40,000 loans, $50,000 loans, $100,000 loans, and then they finish their first degree, and then when they want to go to a second one, whether it's master's or they want to go get their doctorate, or they want to go get and become a medical doctor, whatever the case may be, we're giving them more loans. So by the time they finish with all their education, they damn near $100,000+ in debt, and they're accumulating interest on top of that. That's wild. Yeah. What we should do is maybe we should cap it to where each individual is capped at, hey, the most you're going to pay in interest is $18,000 if paid within the next 35 years, 40 years. I don't know. But cap how much, Sally Mae is making.
Well, $18,000 on $100,000 is 18%. That's still some super interest.
But they're making a lot more than that now, bro.
I mean, it's true.
They're making a lot more. But I'm saying is like, if you want to cap it, bro, you want to know how much interest I'm paying on this house? You know what I'm saying? The reason I want to pay this thing off as quick as possible is because if I stick to this for 30 years, I'm paying double.
Like 500,000.
If not double and a half. Like, who wants to do that? Yeah. So interest is not meant to help you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
a credit card, if y'all pay the minimum balance on your credit card every time if you want to.
Yeah.
Do that if you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It will come to a point where you're paying more in interest than you are paying in the actual money that you spent on a card.
Take you like 235 months to pay that shit off.
So what I'm saying is like, look, if we cap it, even you want to cap it at 20,000, 25, I don't care. Put a cap on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And let these individuals come out of, they let it be that America is really trying to give people an education. And if we want to make money off of it, I get it. No problem. We all want to make money.
Yeah.
But it can't be that, okay, I'm going to start forgiving student loans. Nah, man, that is not okay. That's not the answer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I do understand because everybody thinks, oh, he's just going to forgive $200 million or whatever. No, I think there's some concessions that you have to have been in good standing and paying your stuff for over maybe 15 years or 20 years or something like that. So there's some concessions that are going in there. So I know he's not just blanketing, putting an eraser on so many individuals. No, you've had to have shown some type of good history to be able to get some of these exemptions. But nonetheless, like, bro, fix the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to fix the problem, then what I would rather you do is what Donald Trump did. Hey, everybody, I'm giving everybody $1,500.
But here's the question though: when has the government in our lifetime ever fixed the problem? Like it just doesn't exist. Like so, I'm saying that the problem that we have here is like even if you want to blame the Joe Biden right now and say, hey, you know what? I ain't really feeling this whole forgiving student loans. They ain't really solving the problem. In what manner then what's the other opposition's answer to the problem? You see what I'm saying? Like
What's the Republicans' answer?
Yeah, like what's the Republican
and that's
answer?
a great question. I don't think Republicans are doing anything about student loans.
They don't have an answer. They're like nobody does, because to have an answer means that now you got to tell banks like, hey, we gonna jack up your interest. Well, guess who funds these campaigns? You see what I'm saying? Like
100%.
Like the problem is the money in campaigning. The problem is that
100%.
is at the floor level.
100%.
Like that's the problem.
And this was never intended. If anybody knows like history, this is not what our founding fathers intended. Our founding fathers didn't even intend for there to be two parties. And I don't know if a lot of people knew that.
Yeah.
They really intended for it to hopefully become an independent party, would grow from this and become the majority party, an independent party from the Republican and the Democratic Party. Okay? But independents throughout history have just become, now I think we only have like one or two independents in the whole of like either our Senate or our Congress in general. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? I find myself, I think to be an independent voter. You know what I'm saying? I have voted, I'll say it here on online, I don't care. I have voted Democrat damn near all my life. Not damn near, but all my life I voted Democrat. Obama was the first president I voted for post high school.
It was like the first time any of us got to vote for president.
So since then, I have voted Democrat. I won't lie to you, but there hasn't been that many opportunities for me to vote.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it this year, man, and this is the first time, and I don't know, man, maybe I just have crossed that like tax bracket or crossed that.
That's the key.
Or, you know,
it is a direct correlation between tax bracket and the changing in among people who usually vote Democrat, black men in particular. But it's true. But it's true though.
It's like
where they like once they hit a certain tax bracket, all of a sudden, conservative viewpoints start to make sense.
Oh man, conservative viewpoints have taken over like everything in my mind. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's so black and white at this point. I'm so irritated sometimes, bro, with some of these social issues. I've gone on here before and I've said that, yo, Black Lives Matters like pisses me off. Not that, and so sorry for people who may be offended by that. Love Black lives, but I'm irritated at the fact that we have to tell people that our life matters. That is wild to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that comes from a place of being inferior to anybody. And I will never, you know what I'm saying, speak from a place of being inferior to someone, especially if I legitimately feel like I'm inferior to them. You know what I'm saying? But I look at the Democratic Party, bro, and I feel like it's just a lot of distractions. It's a lot of distractions. The things that they're fighting for, it's like, bro, these are not issues that people really care about, man. Like the majority of individuals do not, and respect to everybody in the LGBTQ plus XYZ community, but people do not give a fuck about transgenders in bathrooms. People do not give a fuck about transgenders in sports. People do not. So why is this like the hill that y'all want to fight on? But let me tell you what people care about, whether Republican or not, whatever the case may be, is our money.
Yeah.
Fiscally, what is going on? The reason why everybody is up in arms and so happy about these student loans is because they feel like they're doing what? Saving some money, or they don't have to spend some money for, somewhere. Why don't the Democrats just get on board with that? And why won't the Democrats, why do you allow Joe Biden to damn near go, you know what I'm saying, to damn near run without any competition? This is wild. Y'all see what we see on television. This man is physically unfit to be president.
Yeah.
Like it's like, let's stop playing games.
Yeah, he's a walking corset.
The dude is like older than damn near everybody's grandpa. He probably won't make it another 4 years, respectfully. And I don't wish death upon nobody, but it's very likely he won't make it for another 4 years, especially with the stress that the job takes. The man's forgetting things in the middle of a speech.
Yeah.
Teleprompter right there, and his mind goes blank and cannot, you know what I'm saying, read off a teleprompter.
Yeah.
We can't have that, man. You know what that means? You know what that tells me? That tells me that behind the scenes, it is a lot of people just like stringing this man along. He is a puppet that is just being told what to do, what to say, and where to go, all for the sake that he's going to be our president. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have somebody as just wild when it comes to the things that he says as a Donald Trump, and put a Democratic Congress behind him that keeps him in check. Now, maybe that means that America won't run responsibly, but it also means that, hey, if y'all do want to run it all, y'all got to figure something out to come up with some type of deals, the same way Obama did for the 2 terms that he was president for, because he had to do a lot of deals. There was a lot of things Obama couldn't. Obamacare, this man almost, he lost about 20 years trying to get Obamacare out there. Mm-hmm. And now everybody and their mama goes to healthcare.gov when it comes time to get some healthcare. Mm-hmm. Even the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? So this, to me, is just like, dog, Biden, I'm sorry. I can't do another 4 years with this man.
I mean, the reality is it doesn't even matter if you did want to. He's not going to win. Like, it's blatantly clear, because there is a small subgroup of people, and that is the independent voter. And if you believe the numbers, then they are the people who pretty much select the president, right?
I'm telling you, and I'm one of them.
It's virtually it. The reality is that group used to be much more. It used to be much more on the front lines, and so, like, when you hear the term, like we talked about it once, like moderate Republicans, like that thing kind of went away. Like, it isn't really, like, a moderate Republican was basically like a Democrat, but somebody
I think moderate Democrats are damn near dwindling away, bro. And maybe I'm just tripping.
I mean,
I think
all of that is dwindling away.
I think that in the middle subgroup is everybody starting to retreat to corners. You know what I'm saying?
To a certain extent, because people are fickle, right? And so the reality is even if you have people out here who, just like us, agree that Joe Biden shouldn't be president, but because they just can't vote for Trump, you know what I'm saying, they'll still vote for Biden. With that being said, though, here's my counter argument to your argument here. The reality here is the tax code has always been set up to favor people who make more money. So to say that, like, you know, you're going to vote for the Republican Party because, you know, they make more sense fiscally, I'm gonna call bullshit on that, because I've been thinking about for the past now, looking at the national debt. Here's the issue that we have. They're gonna keep printing money. As long as they keep printing money, shit's gonna get more expensive. It doesn't matter. Like, I for the first time in my life, I finally realized that whatever course we're on, that course is headed wherever it's going, and it's going to run off the tracks. And then out of that will come the next system of whatever it is that they decide to do. Because as long as you keep printing money, shit's going to get more expensive. You will expense people out of being able to buy basic necessity. We're here. We're literally here. See the corner of this table? This is where we're at. Another 10 trillion into the economy, and then milk costs $10 a gallon. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. That's the end game here. What I'm more curious for is the point beyond it. Like, once we fall off this cliff here, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's supposed to bring us back up? Because the reality is no fixing it. The social programs, the military spending, like all of that shit, and like the military budget is like stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to pay for that alone, they got to print like $4 trillion a year. So I'm saying, like, we're at the point now where we're now paying $1 trillion in interest. I'm saying is we can sit here all day and we could argue till we blue in the face, this, that, and this. I think the reality is the reason why they're focusing on social issues. Like, now it clicked to me today as I was thinking, like, man, what's the solution? Then it clicked to me today. The reason why social issues are now become a hot topic is because they know we're fucked fiscally. There's no fixing that shit. No matter who comes in, no matter what they want to do, you'll never have enough of either house or whatever to do anything, right? You cut Social Security. You know how many people live on Social Security? You know what I'm saying? That's why Nikki Haley like dropped out. You want to raise that shit to 70? It's already hard enough to get Social Security as it is. And now you want to raise it to where you got to be 70 before you can start getting benefits.
You're pretty much saying that we need a lot of y'all to die before we get there. But, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like You'll never be
And
president
trust
saying
me, if
that
they
shit.
raise it to 70, I won't be surprised if something like another COVID comes around and
Bro.
wipes a whole bunch of people off.
You'll never be president
I'm not a
saying shit
conspiracy
like that, bro.
theorist. I'm just saying that conspiracies can sometimes
I mean,
be.
conspiracies do be true, but also I'm a skeptic as well, so I like to question everything. But with that being said, is you're never gonna be president saying people got you gonna raise it to 70. It's already hard enough to live as it is, and now you saying people that they gotta work 5 more years before they start getting their Social Security benefits. All right, it's still a lot of them living, bro. You already lost everybody from in that 60 to 70 range, bro. Like, get out of here.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't think that fiscally we're gonna be able to get out anything until we get into another great war. Which I to be honest with you, and this is gonna sound really messed up, just needs to happen. Because we're at a point now where
Damn, that boy said we need to have a great war. I can't go that far.
I know.
I can't go that far.
Look, this is first off, I would never fight.
Jesus.
I would never fight in any kind of war. But I'm just looking at history.
Jesus.
I'm just looking at history and I'm just telling you, after World War I, really pretty much after World War II got us out of the Great Depression. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
World War II got us out of the Great Depression. We would have been fucked
Yeah.
if we did not go to war. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying that we're gonna have a World War III or something of that nature, but let's look at 9/11. We were fiscally messed up before 9/11 happened. When 9/11 happened and we had to go into Iraq and Afghanistan and this, that, and the third, and we were getting weapons and selling it to these insurgents and then taking these weapons and selling to those insurgents, and they were fighting each other, and they wanted more weapons, and then we would go and give these people these weapons and go give these people. Our economy, if you realized, started coming up a little bit. We was making our way up there. So what I'm saying is this, that it's the reality of how it works in the world. Wars happen. Wars happen because people exist. And when people exist, there's going to be conflict. And when there's conflict, there's going to be a fight. There's no way, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? There's going to come a day where North Korea is going to have to do something because somebody's not going to keep letting them just like fire off missiles or, you know what I'm saying, keep messing with South Korea. Or no, I'm being very serious, bro.
No.
So it's bound to happen. Same thing with Russia. Russia is fiscally fucked.
Yeah.
They like y'all want to talk about a country that is going through it. Russia is one of them. Russia is one of them. The only thing they got is nukes and weapons. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing keeping them. That's the only thing keeping them alive, and maybe a little bit of oil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And really, they're with the sanctions that they've been receiving from on a global level, their oil is really getting messed up because of what's going on in Saudi Arabia. Because their oil, they giving it away like it's candy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Saudi Arabia got money like it's nothing. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, like, we have to wake up and realize that this is just like the Cat Williams and stealing jokes. People are gonna see what you got, and they are gonna want conflict so they can take what you have. And it's gonna happen. I'm just looking at Joe Biden, and I'm just telling you from an aesthetic point of view, I'm over it, bro. I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
All right.
They could have put anybody in there. Y'all know I was screaming off the rooftops for Elizabeth Warren back in the day. Man, I think if Elizabeth Warren was president, respectfully, she'd have been the mom that we need as president of the United States of America. Mm-hmm. Now, was she kind of extreme on the left? Yes, but I think that she was honestly just saying that because Bernie Sanders existed and she had to try to like attach herself to some type of movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Elizabeth Warren was really one of the greatest politicians, female politicians I've ever seen in my lifetime.
I mean, look, Elizabeth Warren spoke a good game. She a little too left for me. Even Bernie Sanders to a certain extent.
Bernie Sanders definitely too left. There's no way you're going to increase minimum wage to $17, $20 an hour. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. So the problem is we're just kind of, I don't know, man. I feel like a rat on the wheel, man. I mean, I hate to be the type of person, right? Because like when you have these type of conversations, you want to have, you want to speak about it in terms of finding solutions, doing things like that. But the reality here is if you are spending more money than you're bringing in, you have to cut somewhere. And we are at a point now where shit is so expensive that like, is one or two things got to happen. Either America has to severely withdraw its military power from around the world, and you know that shit's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Or we have to severely cut social programs, and I don't know if severely cutting social programs wouldn't cause rioting in the street.
You can't. The reason why you can't cut social programs pretty much any further than you already have is just about what you just said. You start cutting social programs, you got to realize that crime rates will go up.
So you see what I'm saying?
You
Like,
start taking away food stamps. It's just the reality of the situation, man. Crimes will go up. People will start killing more. People will start stealing more. People it's like, come on.
Yeah,
people need to eat and survive, so they're gonna do whatever they need to do it. So
I mean, really, this is where I'm at, man. I'm like, there's no fixing this, bro. That's the reason why culture wars have become like such a big thing now, bro. Is because like it's crazy to me because if you ask anyone what their number one problem in their life is money, right? But like when we watch TV, they talking about everything but money. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the only thing that's like, if you ask 90% of people what would immediately change your life, it would be more money, bro. Like not transgender getting rights, not, getting more rights, not this, that it is, bringing God back into school, none of that. Like what would change your life immediately would be financial well-being. And yet that isn't the topic of conversation, man. And contrary to popular belief, like right now, you can probably out hustle your way and get into hopefully investing, but again, compound interest, it will take you a while. We are vastly approaching the point where you will not be able to out hustle the
I'm gonna tell y'all right now
of how much shit costs.
If y'all are not investing, like just basic investing, you are gonna find yourself behind the 8 ball in about 10 to 15 years, if not sooner. Because I don't think people are gonna be able to buy a house in 15 to 20 years.
People can't buy a house.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of job you have. I think there's gonna be such a scarcity in any major city. Now, maybe you may be able to go to Iowa and get some land and then find somebody who can just build you something.
I was gonna say, shit's expensive out there too, though.
We're talking about in major cities, Houston, New York. New York is already impossible. But Houston, I mean, you name a major city, they're buying them all up. You know what I'm saying? I'll put my own personal business out there. I'm on the line of renting this whole place out. You know what I'm saying? Going ahead and moving back in with my people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe within a year, buying another property. You know what I'm saying? That'll make it 3. Because I know that the reality is that if I want to retire, I don't know what the market's going to look like or what jobs are going to look like or even what my retirement is going to look like. Yeah. I got an IRA. Stocks might go to hell. But the one thing that will exist is that people need a place to live. And if you have a place that you can do it, you got the golden goose. You name the price, they're going to have to pay it. And especially if they can't go buy something, then yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I'm telling y'all, go invest. But if you have not invested yet, you need to right now open up a Fidelity account, whatever brokerage account, and go do it. But what Raph is saying is very key. Money is beginning to is dwindling very fast. To the point where we are legitimately on the verge of going to a different kind of currency in crypto. And this is not like I'm just talking like just spewing shit.
You just lost another 50% of people.
You think
bro.
so?
Yeah, not.
No, bro.
No, but I'm with you though.
If you think that I'm tripping,
I'm with you though.
They just made cryptocurrency as an ETF. Banks are starting to invest in it.
They just
China is starting to buy these things. Like, because at the end of the day, it's not about, you have to realize the consumer dictates everything. And if the consumer is putting the government's money into this digital currency and then taking that digital currency and using it to buy things, guess what the government has to do? They need to go get some of that digital currency because their money may become non-existent.
Well, the United States
at some point.
Well, the United States of America already owns the most Bitcoin of anybody in the world. They did that through like seizures. And then there was one guy that they seized over like 69,000 Bitcoin from because shit. And for a while now, they've been selling it off because obviously, you needed to help pay back debt and shit. But currently, I think they still hold like 200,000 like Bitcoin or some shit like that. Next person would probably be MicroStrategy. I keep up with this because like I've tried to put friends on game for a while now. I hope they finally started listening, but who knows? With that being said though, here's the thing, man. I'm gonna tell you to invest, but I'm gonna tell you to go like do your research first and develop a thesis, your investment thesis, and from that investment thesis, then you start figuring out where you want to allocate your money. The reality is there are certain markets. I don't think the stock market will ever crash because the only issue with the stock market is the stock market just becomes more valuable the more the dollar deflates. So I don't know if I ever see a full crash. Also, you know what I'm saying, I'm walking back my theory of whether or not the dollar will ever crash because the reality is the world can't afford for the dollar to crash. So it's never going anywhere.
It really can't. But you also got to realize though, because America is the biggest consumer, everybody talks about, oh my gosh, like nobody's the US dollar is no longer like, you know, the face of currency around the world.
I mean, it is falling though. Like, let's make that clear.
Cool.
Yeah.
But you name me another country that's buying goods and services the way the US is.
Yeah.
And I'll be quiet.
Yeah.
If China, you said Japan?
Yeah. But ain't got enough people to really make a dent.
China, mind you, they're overpopulated, so they're able to have cheap labor, and they're making things like shoes and this, that, and the third. You think people in China like are out there buying a whole bunch of Nikes and this, that, and the third? No, bro. They got cousins and people who know how to make shoes, so they probably just wearing off-brand type of shoes. Like they don't care about that kind of stuff. But guess who does? The U.S. We will go and spend $300 on some J's.
Yeah.
We will, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying again, like, let's bring it back to the political spectrum side of that. There's a reality here where that shit's not going to happen. Like, I mean, like when you can no longer afford to buy groceries, right? And we're virtually at that point now. When you can't buy groceries, you're not going to be buying shoes, bro. Like at some point, like even some of the world's worst spenders are eventually going to get a reality check here one day.
All right, I'm about to take this a little bit far, but do you think that if that occurs where groceries become expensive, that, and this might be the thing that we need, I'm gonna say this for real, we might need this the same way, I think that America low-key needs a Trump, because everybody's been like on this wave of like Nikki Haley saying shit like America's not racist. Look, man, the people like Trump exist. You know what I'm saying? These, and I know y'all are thinking like, man, but he said he's gonna vote for him. Y'all, I just think these people are just puppets. I just think that they're just faces in an office, and that is it. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is that I'm tired of Joe Biden's face. The Democratic Party did not want to they didn't want to put anybody.
Oh, man, I should be laughing.
What?
I got you. Yeah.
But I'm being very serious, bro.
No.
The Democratic Party did not want to give us anybody else. Anybody.
Yeah.
They could have gave us anybody.
Uh-huh.
They could have given us anybody. And I think it would have been a resounding, yeah, we're going to vote for that person.
Yeah, it was always to me that Joe Biden was the nominee pick, because I feel like they honestly could have picked anybody and they still would have beat Trump. Like it could have been Cory Booker.
So the fact that y'all, sat up there and put this man up there again,
yeah, it is wild.
Come on, bro. Like
it
to be real with you, I wouldn't be surprised if the Democrats are doing it on purpose.
Well, like
I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, you know what, let Trump get back in there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, ruin it. And then we might get like 3 or 4 presidential, you know what I'm saying, elections after this, because he's just going to go right back to doing what he does.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So
because you can't tell me they don't have like the forethought of like, okay, what's going to happen after 4 years? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And even the reality is
they're 12, 16, 20 years out.
Come on, you just said it. Nikki Haley already ready for the next presidential election.
She's clearly setting herself up. She knew she didn't have a shot. She was relatively new anyway. She was a governor of South Carolina. She knew that
she needs to get her name
on the main stage, make her point, and then next year really go to toe. And then it'll be her versus Ron DeSantis probably. You know what I'm saying? It's free game. Whoever polls the best. The question that I have here is, and so since we talking about like being brutally honest, because it clicked to me a while ago. What if black people really withheld their vote?
We already do it.
I mean, I'm talking really withhold that shit,
bro.
Like
I don't even want
to. Here's my thing, though.
You about to have me like?
Because here's my thing.
Let's do it. Let's talk.
Hold on. I've always been for the collective, right?
Okay.
So my thing is, and I've stated plenty of times before, right? They're like, yo, if you don't go vote, you don't have the right to complain about what's going on. But I'm also for the thought process that sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you have to it's just like with anything, right? Like if you're in an abusive relationship, right? And a motherfucker keep texting you in the morning, like, you keep answering their text messages, you know what I'm saying? Every time they call upon you, you answer them, right? Like you just feeding into their bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just a victim of abuse. Like at some point in time, like we don't have any black people as a whole. I mean, we have money, but we don't have any real power to do anything. What we do have though is a vote.
Dog.
And I'm telling you
I'm
that,
gonna be
like,
honest with you.
logically speaking, though,
I think black people, respectfully, bro, we are the most powerful individuals here in America, if not one of the most powerful people in the world. And I say this with so much disappointment in my heart because I feel like we are so damn distracted with these like materialistic things.
I don't think it's just us though.
Bro, we are bro, it is us, man. And that's the thing. It is us. We are so distracted by our power that we don't understand the responsibility that we have there. Bro, we can shut shit down. We can shut shit down. If we wanted to say, you know what, NFL, y'all don't want to hire Colin Kaepernick, that's a bet. Whole year, we're boycotting it. Trust me when I tell you, Colin Kaepernick gonna get a job.
All right.
If we said, hey, Nike, y'all really want to go drop Kyrie? Okay, we're done buying your shoes for a whole year. Even if you hire him back on, we're not gonna buy it for a whole calendar year.
Yeah.
Guess what? Kyrie got he gonna keep his contract.
Okay.
We control so much, bro. We already shut the government down once before. But we are at a place where, dog, we just so quick to just like want to buy things. I brought out a stat when we first started doing this podcast that the black dollar does not stay within the black community amongst the least of any other race in America. That's the saddest thing. We're talking about it don't even last for over 2 hours.
But that's also, hold on, wait. Because that statistic is also based off of the fact that like there aren't that many black businesses where you have to go spend your money anyway. You know, where's a black grocery store? Like where's a black gas station? Like the issue that statistic, don't get me wrong, although factual, is heavily skewed by the fact that like there aren't a shit ton of black businesses.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. What you just said right there is a part of the problem. We aren't looking to do no businesses.
Okay.
We aren't looking to like, let's go pop up a grocery store. Why does it take somebody coming in here from the Middle East, respect to all my brown Middle Eastern brothers and sisters, but why does it take somebody to come here who live here for less than a year and be like, oh, let me invest in a gas station? Because guess what? All these people want to invest in gas stations. Why does it take an Asian person who's not even from here to be like, oh my gosh, these black women love hair. Let me go put a store in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like they go into your spot and putting businesses that you're gonna go spend your money in. That is the problem. Okay. What you just stated is a part of the problem.
Okay.
Why not take your dollars and invest it within your own communities and then go and spend in said places that are helping the people within your communities? But we don't do that.
Okay.
Come on, man. We don't do that.
So my only concern in the my question is although I hear you when you say that, my question is within other races, how many of them are business owners though? You see what I'm saying? Like the thing is I will admit to a certain extent that black people do have a spending problem, but so does America. The entire, like, again.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that.
But I'm saying the issue that I'm bringing up here is just that is, on one hand, I hear you, but also I feel like that from a lineage perspective, like we feel defeated. You get what I'm saying? Like,
and you know what? I can't speak on that.
Like,
I really can't. I can't speak on the African American plight the way that majority of people can. Like I don't.
But I'm saying, to your credit though, the problem is like, if at 18 if I said, yo, like, hey, I want to forego going to school. If I'd have told my people this is exactly how the conversation would go. I want to forego going to school. I want to like stay here, stack bread for like 4 years, and then I want to go open a barbershop. They would tell me to go to school. Like, you need to go to school, because guess what? That's what they were told to tell kids to go to school, right? So I'm saying, like, it's all these variables and things that like are an issue that within the community itself that are key, because the problem is like, is because of the trauma, because of the history. Black people are just so risk adverse.
Man, I'm gonna be honest though, dog.
But hold on, it's the thing, man. That's the
no,
core
and
driver
I'm
here.
agreeing. I'm agreeing.
Black people
to that.
are super risk adverse, man. That's why, like when you brought up the whole crypto thing, dog, you done lost like 90% of people was watching.
But you know what's crazy?
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
You say that we risk averse, but it's like we throw away money at some of the dumbest things, dog.
Because
we throw away money at the dumbest. You know what I'm saying? At some of the dumbest things.
I got you. Now that's true too.
We throw away money at some of the dumbest shit.
That's facts.
But you know what? I do agree with you. I do think that there's some trauma that I cannot speak on, so I won't even try. That is not my place to do it. I have a lot of opinions, but that is one that I cannot. You know what I'm saying? I'm first generation American, so I cannot speak on the generations of bullshit that black people went through here in America. And I do think that is a big factor of why they cannot, you know what I'm saying? They attempted it back in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. They made that attempt, and you know what I'm saying? That shit was burnt to the ground. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, dog, resilience is a thing.
I feel you.
Resilience is a thing. You went from being slaves to coming up with a system that we now know to be the Underground Railroad, that from there you were able to boycott bus systems, that they eventually changed laws. You were able to, you know what I'm saying, integrate black people within these white, institutions because you boycotted and said, hey, our dollar, our manpower, everything that our existence matters, right? Yeah. And for some, I don't know what happened. Like we were on this great, incline of like, okay, we are just gonna keep, chipping away at what we want this freedom to look like. Mm-hmm. But at some point, the shit just plateaued. And I can't put my finger on it. Maybe you know more than I do, but I just feel like we're at this place of being complacent, bro.
But tell me, and that's why I disagree, because from my perspective, I guarantee you that if I look up the statistics, I guarantee you 2023 was probably the best year for like new opening black businesses and shit.
Probably.
Like, probably black enterprises.
Probably.
Was probably, as far as black money growth, was probably the best year till date. So I'm saying like where we're at in the evolution of black capitalism, like it is here. Like from on surface level, it may look like it's here, right?
But
I'm saying it is going up.
But see, here's my thing. I feel like, why don't we have like our own thriving communities, bro? Like, why don't we have that?
Now,
why don't we have like a legitimate, we're talking about, and I don't want to say like a whole city, but something where you feel like, oh, that over there, that's like, you know what I'm saying, they do that over there. Yeah. Like we talking about black people
like
over
a Chinatown.
There. Yes,
yeah,
man.
okay,
like,
I got you.
It's just like you go to the hood where all the black people are at, bro. 70-80% of the businesses in the hood aren't even owned by black people.
Oh, it's not 70.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's an understatement. 90.
So
easily 90.
So my thing is
outside of like barbershops and beauty salons.
From the liquor stores to the cash loan spots, to you know what I'm saying, everything like it's not owned by us. And I'm thinking to myself like, dog, how do y'all not see an opportunity to do something? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm in the line of work that I'm in. Mind you, I've never thought that this is what I would be doing with my life. Mm-hmm. But I got somewhere and I saw an opportunity of like, oh crap, like this is untapped territory. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, let me get into this. You know what I'm saying. I had a goal of like, all right, let me try to get to 3 clients before the end of last year. Within 3 months, I already had like 5. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because they all knew each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody within this community knows each other. Yeah. So it's gotten to a point where it's just like, oh, Dexter, oh yeah, I know somebody that can help you. His name is Dexter. Let me send you out his number. Yeah. Da-da-da. Why can't we do that on a collective, as a group? I've even myself tried to have I have attempted to start like a group within my like friends and things like that to be try to hold each other accountable, to try to like, you know what I'm saying, be a group that will just like try to like thrive for like strive for greatness. Yeah. We did it for like maybe 2-3 weeks and then it shut down. And it's not to knock any of the people that were in it. Yeah. I'm still cool with everybody that's a part of it. But it's just like, bro, we lack the ability to just like be resilient and be disciplined when it comes to success amongst ourselves. But let it be. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know for a fact, if I took every single one of them fellas, and I put them with some European dudes and said, hey, this is an accountability group. And by the end of the year, wherever you're at, you would have 15 to 20% more success than you ever thought that you would have. They would be resilient in that. They would definitely be disciplined in that. And you can say whatever you want, but I just feel like I see it every day, bro.
Well,
I see it every day.
Hold on, wait, because you touched on several perspectives, and so there's also the issue of the reason as to why you probably the time period where you think that where you saw such substantial growth was because Black people had to rely on each other because the rest of America as itself didn't want to give Black people anything. So you had to rely on the community, right? So you're talking about a specific era where Black people literally had to only go to like a Black grocery store. Like you had to go to like Black restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Like it was whites only signs everywhere. So during that time period, yeah, probably next to probably like now that there was that. But then also understanding from like the 80s to like, let's say 2010, really, right? America had like one of the greatest economic runs in like the history of like the world. So I'm saying like it was like everybody was doing well. You know what I'm saying? Like sure, there's still ghettos and you know what I'm saying, like project stuff like that. But I'm saying like you go get a job and you can go buy a house. You get what I'm saying? Like you didn't feel like you were working 60, 70 hours a week to make it. You see what I'm saying? Like so and that's
But in all that growth, what do we build ourselves?
But again, see, that touches into like another thing, right? Because again, you still have the trauma from past where we remember when we tried to build things, that shit just got taken away. Like you've seen your cousin go and try to get loans. He got good credit. You trying to figure out why he not getting loans to start a business. They weren't giving it to him because he was Black. You get what I'm saying? Like it's all these things. And so like as a whole, as a unit, as a collective, you know what I'm saying? Like eventually you just start developing the mindset, well, shit, ain't nobody helping us. You know what I'm saying? Like, why even try? You know what I'm saying? You get turned to, there's only so many times you're going to get told no, where like you eventually going to stop, bro.
But see, that's the problem. And I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm going to be Raph. You can speak for them. You can't speak for me.
Okay, but
I'm going to tell you right now.
But
if you
that's
tell me
people,
no,
but that's people in general, though. Like, white people go through the same shit, though.
But see, look, bro, and I'm going to be honest, and I just got to keep it a buck. I've been told no so many times that you don't even like the reason why I am the person I am today is because of those no's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you walk into a room, I'll give you an example, bro. This is complete personal. I talked to a financial advisor about 2-3 weeks ago. It was set up through one of my clients' friends. He's a very high income earner, so I know where I'm at in life. They probably look at me like a penny, like I'm just a drop in the bucket compared to what they normally do. We went and got lunch. We sat down, we were talking, he was asking me how much I make from this business, from my own personal business, how much revenue do I bring in, what assets do I have, how much a percentage do I own of these assets, this, that, and the third. This man looked at me straight in my eye, bro, and you're talking to somebody who works 12 to 13 hours damn near 5 to 6 days out of the week. Mm-hmm. This boy looked at me in my eye and said, all right, look, I'm going to be honest, man, there's nothing I can help you with right now. I could throw you some pointers whenever I get an opportunity, and you can just reach out to me, and and I'll respond back to you. But most of the people that I talk to are anywhere between $2 to $5 million of liquid assets. And I was just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like at that point, I felt like all the shit that I've been doing is for nothing. Now listen.
All right, man.
Now listen, some people may take that and go home and damn, that sucks. But I swear to you, I was down about it for about 2 days. I'm not gonna lie to you, it really fucked with me.
I don't even see why you was down about it, but yeah.
It really fucked me for about 2 days. Because in my mind, bro, I was so excited to meet this man because I thought to myself that like, you know what I'm saying, he would really put me on game on how to like reach this success that I'm trying to reach. But then he turns around and tells me that, and I just feel like, damn, like the person that I was hoping to like be this like financial messiah for me was like, hey, bro, like, yeah, you go get your money up before I can help you. But all I did, bro, after like 2-3 days of like thinking about it and being messed up about it was like, dog, I need what he said is facts. I need to put myself in a position to where it's like, yo, I'm not coming from a place of being inferior to anybody.
Yeah.
Step it up, get up, go out there and make that money. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, keep going.
So there's no excuse. Same thing when I went in college. I tried to buy a house in college, bro. They told me, nah, you don't have this, you don't have that. I had bread.
Yeah.
I had money, but I didn't have the necessary things that a bank would allow me. I was trying to put 50% of the cash down for the house.
Yeah.
Like, nah,
Yeah.
can't work.
But
it's a learning lesson. Those no's would allow you to become resilient to get up and go do it. You can't, and this is why I say I can't speak on the Black plight because I have not been through some of the, things over years that you guys have, that you guys know, or, were damaging to your culture. But I will also say it's like, dog, all those no's, these people, not giving you what you want, that should like build a fire in you to want to go gain this success.
I got you, but here's the reality. The thing is here, one, we're talking about two different things here. You're talking about no for not meeting qualifications, and I'm talking about no because you're Black. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's a different thing. Also, another thing is one, homie probably understands that, and where he's at in his life is, one, his time is probably valuable to him. So he can't be like, as a financial advisor, he has to charge you to talk to you. You don't have any money or for anything for him to really do anything with. I'm talking about on the level that he's at.
And I get it.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, again, that's why I was all like, I don't see why you would feel bad. Like, you ain't got $5 million in assets. Like, you got to get the $5 million in assets. You get what I'm saying? Because the another thing is when you got $5 million in assets, you now have real capital in order to extract things from the market, in which he's probably gonna ask for you to do. You have capital to put up, and for investment, he's gonna ask you. But my point here is not to dwell on this too much longer, is there's a history here of abuse and neglect against the people, like predominantly to keep them down at every level. And I'm talking either showing up for loans and then getting the cops called on you. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's all these things that are traumatizing to the community. It's not just, listen, sir, I know you want this loan, but you just don't meet the qualifications because here's what you have to do. And then you meet those qualifications, and then now they got a new set of qualifications. You see what I'm saying? Like, at every turn, the goalpost just keeps moving. So it's like, yo, and then you go, hey, this building or this, hey, I see this release. They call you up. Oh, sure, I'll be there. They see you Black, and they don't even want to offer you the building. You see what I'm saying? Like there are all these things that like have happened that have made people Black people risk adverse. On top of that, again, right, Black people ain't had a lot of money. So then you hear about cousin Charlie, who lost all his money in the stock market. All of a sudden now that funnels down to everybody Black. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, is what the real problem is, right? And this is me to the T. If you really want to say how I feel, we shouldn't even have to do that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, the fact of the matter is the government overprinted money and inflated us out of being able to live, right? There was a time where you just was a plumber, you went to work, got off, came home, kicked it with your family, had weekends off, and everything was good. And you got to save up, and you know what I'm saying, you could branch out into maybe a bigger house, all that, right? Like, the reality is the government has quite literally fucked us out of being able to just have a nice life working a 9 to 5. And so they forced us into this reality. Like, I don't want to have to invest. I don't want to have to take risk. I don't want to have to do that shit, but that's where I'm at. I understand the reality. So that's where we are now, but we shouldn't even be having to do that shit. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. The point is you should have been able to save your money maintain its value that it had. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Money does not maintain the value.
And since it doesn't now, this is the reason why we're at where we're at, right?
We have to invest.
So one, Black people don't even know that. If you go to somebody that's 65 right now and ask them, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, money is backed by gold, right? They probably still tell you yes. I didn't even learn that shit until 2020, bro. Like, swear to God, I still thought money was backed by gold, right? Like, at some point in time, you have to be educated. And so I'm saying is a lot of it is education, bro. So it's education, it's all that. But I'm saying this whole starting a business and all that, this is where we're at now, right? Like, sure, it might have tapered off, but it tapered off because life was so good. Just working a regular job, having a 401k, getting a pension. Now, as the younger generation is getting older, not have being taught that stuff, we're now like, oh, wait, hold on, wait, money does what? Like, I need to what? Like, hold on, wait, I'm losing value every year. Like, all these things are starting to catch up with us. So it's a time period of being beaten down, broken down, all that's being flushed down to that generation experiencing the greatest monetary, you know what I'm saying, and economic years of American history and world history, really, right? And around the world, the same way. Everyone's just experiencing this high because they was just printing money, giving out loans here and there. People able to start businesses. You know what I'm saying? People was able to pay you good. You was getting pensions, all that shit. All that shit went away. So now we're at this point now where all that shit done hit ahead. It's a wall right here. We can't go past it. And we're slowly approaching that shit. And we keep speeding up. We're just doing 30, 40. Now we at 100 miles an hour, headed straight to a wall or off a cliff. All I'm saying is I'm at the point now where I realize I now know why all these cultural issues is now a thing. Because if anyone gets to talking about fiscal policies, there's nothing to talk about other than cutting shit. And since you can't cut budgets, since you can't cut social programs, you can't cut military budgets, all we got to fight about is all you got to do is get people riled up over social things, the people that shit they care about is near and dear to their soul. And that's what we have. That's what we have as politics. We have strictly social politics now because anything remotely dealing with fiscal policies is a no-go because you can't solve that shit.
I don't have a rebuttal, but I will say if that's the case, I don't like the Democrats fucking how they're handling the social issue. So, okay. But all right. That's just the reality, man. I just don't like it. But I will say, it's sad that these are the two people that we have as candidates. It's wild to me. These are the two people we have as candidates. We went from John McCain and Obama at one point.
Mitt Romney and Obama.
Mitt Romney and Obama. It was crazy, bro. I would love to have a Mitt Romney right now.
Mitt Romney was the last Republican.
I would love to have a Mitt Romney.
He left after his last election. Yeah. You know, he just went in.
What's crazy is that if he would have ran this year, I think he would have won.
He probably would have won. Yeah,
he would have won.
He probably would have won. But I don't know because again, the problem is.
But here's the thing. I don't know if the Republicans would have backed him.
I was gonna say they don't like to lose. They like that, and that's really it, right? The reason why Trump is a nominee is because
it seems like the Democrats do.
Huh?
It seems like the Democrats do want to. Bro, I'm so pissed that Biden is on this ticket.
I know.
I'm so pissed that he's on this ticket, dog. I only voted for this man last year because I did not want Trump.
Another 4-year Trump. Here's what I'm saying. As we close this out here real quick, is that there was a guy who he's a Democrat and he was running. His website is called JoeBidenIsGonnaLose.com. Yeah. And like he was on the Breakfast Club just talking cash shit about how like this. Listen, if Joe Biden is the nominee, we're gonna lose. It's just a reality. And why the Democrats, or I guess the powers that be within the Democratic Party, is allowing Joe Biden to run again is beyond me. It's clear and evident. He's polling the worst out of any president ever. All this other stuff. The reality is, man, I don't know why they do what they do, man. I don't.
Do you want to know why Joe Biden's going to lose? People aren't going to get up and go vote.
Maybe.
They're just not going to vote. The people who are going to vote, the mass people that are going to vote, are the people who are going to want change. That's what happens every time, every election. More people vote for change than they do to keep the status quo. Yeah. And right now, the status quo is not good. And if people do not want to vote for Biden, but definitely can't vote for Trump, they're going to stay home, which means that a lot more people who are going to go vote, i.e. the independents or the Republicans because they just lost, they're going to come in droves to just get this guy up out of here.
I got one even better, man. I feel like personally.
Because a lot of people's lives, I'm going to be honest with you, take out the social issues, weren't that bad under Trump. Huh? But it's topic for another day.
But again, we're talking about
But the social issues were wild though, but go ahead.
But yeah, we still talking about policies from Obama.
Yeah, and I don't get me wrong, I definitely agree. Obama set him up.
We don't know what the last.
And he also had COVID that helped him out.
Yeah, we don't know what the next 4 years will look like. But anyway, with that being said, here's the issue. I feel like just to close this out on this here, I think it's entirely possible that we're probably going to start seeing vote numbers go down. Period. Because as life gets worse, why would you keep voting? Nothing changes. We're slowly coming to that realization now. No matter who we put in office, my life ain't changing. It's not getting any better for me. These motherfuckers ain't paying anymore. This shit ain't getting any cheaper. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? You get what I'm saying?
You just need to get a real independent ass, like.
Good luck. Good luck.
All right, y'all. I'm tired, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been up since 6:30 this morning.
Yeah, boy's been up since 5.
I'm done. So.
All right, with that being said, man, hey, if y'all made it this far, man, we appreciate y'all. Make sure you like,
comment,
and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Because we're trying to get to that big 200. Once we get to the 200, one of y'all go get 200.
Where we at right now?
I think we lost a subscriber.
Really? If we lost you, fuck you. But appreciate you guys, man,
appreciate
for staying with us, man. We appreciate. I know
Yeah.
this episode wasn't as interesting. We went from Cat Williams.
I think we
and
had a good
Stephen
conversation,
A.
though.
Yeah, but this is politics, and I'm gonna tell y'all the truth.
think we
In a
had a
couple
good
months, y'all got to
conversation.
vote. So listen to this.
Hey, yeah, we really gonna turn up come September, October, November.
Yeah,
you
we
know
gonna
what I'm
turn
saying?
up.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
that's
gonna turn up. That's
so
when I'm gonna
yes.
start really
So-
getting into the politics.
So
and-
be prepared. I mean, I don't know why, but I'm just gonna mainly talk about the foolishness of it all. But with that being said, though, as always, it's been real.